President Obama warned of the dangers of social media in a podcast with Prince Harry. Let's listen to what he had to say.
The question, I think, really has to do with how do we harness this technology in a way that allows a multiplicity of voices, allows a diversity of views, but doesn't lead to a balkanization of our society, but rather continues to promote ways of finding common ground. On the internet, everything is simplified. And when you meet people face to face, it turns out they're complicated. There may be somebody who you think is diametrically opposed to you when it comes to their political views, but you root for the same sports team, or you notice that they're really good parents, and that's something that you as a parent care about. And
debating it's important.
And you find areas of common ground because you see that things aren't as simple as have been portrayed in whatever chat room you've been in. It's also, by the way, harder to be as obnoxious and cruel in person as people can be anonymously on the internet.
So this is getting a lot of coverage, and I think it's getting a lot of coverage because people are saying that's a veiled shot at Trump. Like, oh, Trump's an asshole online, and, therefore, hey, social media might not be the best thing because it makes us hate each other and yada, yada, yada. I'm not even sure that's a dig at Trump. I mean, it might be, but it seems like he's genuinely expressing these thoughts about social media, and it's not just like, about Trump. It seems like it's actually about social media. But yeah, I don't think these are really accurate thoughts. I don't think what he's saying is really true. I think that there were always these rifts in society, and the internet just is exposing it more because we're always plugged in and we're always communicating with each other, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on fucking Facebook or Instagram or whatever the case is. You kind of see it all, and the different kinds of communication on the different platforms too. Like Facebook is where everybody goes to pretend they're perfect. I'm just on the beach with my family. You see these pictures? We're so happy. Our life is perfect. Don't you think our life is perfect? I want you to think our life is perfect. Like, that's Facebook. Twitter's where everybody goes to shit on the Facebook people. They're like, your fucking life's not perfect. Fuck you. And you get, again, different platforms for different things. And you can get a lot of love and community online. If you find a fucking group that happens to believe in being a furry, and everybody in that group is a furry, and they dress up as furries, and then they go do whatever. They fuck, they go eat dinner together, whatever the case is. These are people who otherwise would never have felt like they really connected with anybody around them in their immediate vicinity. But when they find this community online, all of a sudden, hey, now I have friends. And now we can connect. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So there's that side of online, but then there is the opposite side of online where, you have fucking Marxists and neo-Nazis going at it on Twitter. But I think my point is that these divisions have always existed in society, and the internet makes it so that now we can just air it out more. Now it's just more directly in front of our face because we're never not plugged in. Back in the old days before the internet, you go to the deli, you have a sandwich, you talk to everybody there. You might not even know the person's political views, but you have a perfectly pleasant conversation, one of those just face value conversations. Hey, what's the weather like? How are the kids? Yada, yada. Okay, I'm gone. But now you go online, you plug in right when you get home, and you might have an argument with the same guy about fucking taxes that same day. So, but I don't like the boogeyman of like, ooh, how do we harness the internet? I don't think you have to fucking harness the internet. The internet is what it is. Many people are going to use it for great things, amazing things where you connect with each other and you feel a sense of community, and it brings people closer together, and it allows for endless information at your fingertips. And many people are going to use it for terrible things, and they're going to use it for division and hatred, and they're going to use it to watch InfoWars and think everything's a conspiracy and be wrong about everything. And so you're always going to have that dichotomy, and that's the way everything is in life. I mean, look at even science, which is something I obviously love. You can get the cure for fucking diseases, and you could also create the nuclear bomb and then maybe destroy us all. So that's just the nature of life. There's going to be upsides, there's going to be downsides, there's going to be good things about this, there's going to be bad things about it. But Obama's kind of portraying it as, oh, this is making us like worse people. No, it's not. No, it's not. There were always these rifts. Like what? You think after the Civil War, because there was no internet, people are just like, like, hey, I totally love everybody on the other side now. This is great. And there's no rift in society. And it's only later when they created the internet that we learned there's really a deep divide between the North and the South. No, the divide has fucking always been there. It just might not have been as in your face earlier because we're not plugged in 24/7. So, and then it just seems like such a banal thought, like, oh, the internet makes us bad. Like, you were a fucking president. Like, don't you want to talk about things, actually tangible ways of improving people's lives? Not harnessing the internet for one thing or another thing. Talk about making the minimum wage a living wage. Talk about Medicare for all. Like, you were a politician. You were the president. Talk about how we move forward policy-wise to help people's lives. Not tone policing people on the internet to say, well, you be nicer. Like, the fuck is that, man? Come on. Anyway, there you go. Obama's not the biggest fan of social media.